Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Welcome. I don't know what the greeting was back in like the 14th century or whatever between old English people, but here we are. Welcome to another episode of Through the Lens with the Unholy Trinity. I'm Sundu, that's Patronus Gold on my right, that's Zephyros on the right. Say hello.
What's the thinking of the greeting? Top of the morning.
Hi. Yeah.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning to ya.
Get the shit. Let's get the shit. Yeah.
But yes, today we are going to be reviewing The Green Knight. This is a fantasy retelling of the medieval story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This film was directed by David Lowery and also written by David Lowery. It stars Dev Patel, Alicia Vikander, Joel Edgerton, and several others, I think, that I don't really need to go over. That's sort of the main characters. Cinematography done by Andrew Droz Palermo. Edited by David Lowery. Is that correct? David Lowery also edited this. Seemed like it. What am I missing? Music done by Daniel Hart. And I already said that.
Yeah.
Today. I say we just get straight into it. First impressions, boys.
Well, I really like this one. It was a pretty good movie, except I think this is a really well-made film with a lot of cool, interesting visuals and great performances all around, and some fantastic.
Indeed.
But unfortunately, the story falls a bit flat because it's kind of a bit confusing because there's a lot of information they expect you to know already prior to watch the film, and I didn't know that information. And the story itself is pretty clever, but it's only clever if you know this previous knowledge, which I didn't. So like, I can't really credit it for being clever because they didn't actually explain what I meant to know prior to the start of the film. They could have even done it in text form. I don't know. So I think this is all in all a pretty good movie, but with some writing flaws which did quite heavily detract from my viewing experience.
Aye. So Zephyros.
Yeah, fucking like, it's a very weird movie, mate. Yeah, I didn't understand most of it, but I kind of understood at the end when Jack explained to me. But at the same time,
because I
what
had
is
to
this movie?
do a lot of research. Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
explain
Also
anything.
forgot to mention.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot to mention this film was based off of a 14th century Middle English poem called
Which
Sir
is why
Gawain and the
I
Green
think
Knight.
it's
I thought you
Scottish.
did.
I don't know. Don't judge. It was written by an anonymous poet. We don't know the name of the poet, but yes, that is what it's based off, and it is a pretty
Jacksepticeye.
legendary poem.
I have indeed read the original poem, as I was a huge King Arthur fan back in my childhood days when I was a wee lad. You feel me?
You are a sympathant of the monarchy, mate, not a fan.
Damn. Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying? It's a bullshit artsy movie out of 10.
Yes.
Those
All
are
right.
my thoughts.
Anything else before we move on to talk about acting?
No.
All right, acting then. How was it?
I thought everyone delivered a fabulous performance, especially the main character. So good in this film, so good.
Proper.
Proper indeed.
Yes.
Very, very good. Anyone else we want to mention?
I think everyone did. I think the king was really good. The queen was really good. The Green Knight was really good. Joel Edgerton was really good.
The horse was really good.
Alicia, I think, was in it, right? Was it good? The horse was really good. Just straight up across the board, I think everyone did great performances.
And there was a
Yeah.
was it a fox or something?
Oh yeah, there was a.
There was a fox, but like, yeah.
I won't go too much into that.
Is that really an actor? Or oh wait, I guess
Who's acting?
yeah. But more
Yes.
that's CG.
But yeah, talk.
And nothing else.
Nothing much. More like nothing much.
Yay. Aye.
Aye.
Right then. Move on to talking about the writing.
Is the right thing. Like I said before, this is a really hard one to judge because this is kind of a perfect movie to me, except for the fact that the writing itself is really good. It's just we couldn't understand the writing from the get-go and can never really form a really good attachment to things that were going on. They didn't explain the things. I'm going to be very specific with what I mean in spoilers. I'm not just like, yeah. But if they explain, like, after the film and I did the research, I told Theo, then I could see the film as like clever writing. And like, even when watching the film, it's not that the writing was bad, it's just I didn't understand anything. Like, the dialogue was good. The actual, like, all the scenarios and stuff were pretty good. They were just confusing because of the fact that I didn't have this prior knowledge. And yeah, I guess the only other negative I can put to the film is, like, I think the pacing isn't great at times. It can be a bit slow at parts.
But
But
let me be the contrarian here.
it's a real mixed bag because I don't know what. Yeah. Okay.
Because is it as a standalone movie? Is the fact that the movie is confusing and it doesn't explain anything and just gives you, it just pushes you right into the pool kind of deal? Isn't that the bad writing?
If all they needed to do was put a block of text at the start, going,
Yeah.
"Here are the stuff that you need to know," and that's done, and then you can just jump right into the film, and then honestly, it's fine from there. Like, straight up, if I just had a block of text explaining some stuff, like a Star Wars moment at the start of the film, that would be fine. But yeah, I guess that goes to the writing, because if they didn't intend to, if they weren't going to if they don't put a block of text, it's up to the film to explain it, and they didn't. So yeah, that is
that was
kind
my
of right.
view.
The truth, that's bad writing. But it's hard because I feel like the writing itself is good. It's just, you know what I mean? It's the fact
Good,
that they
but
didn't.
they missed the shot.
Oh, Aiden just sent me, "I never touched my balls," and then started talking about Hamilton. I need to check that out after this.
Right. You never what?
Yeah.
Don't touch your balls.
I think I said something like that to you once, but anyway.
Okay.
It's kind of the right. And I do like the weirdness of the movie with all of its stuff, and I also thought it had a really strong ending. Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Anything
Not
else?
particularly.
Alrighty. Cinematography then.
It was
Shots.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So good. The direction in this film was fantastic. Like, I don't really see how you can see against the direction of the film, because the cinematography was great. Lots of different camera techniques, lots of angles, lots of good stuff, in my opinion, at least. What do you think, dear? I mean, what do you think, dear?
He thinks
Dear lad.
it's a goodie, you know. Not bad.
It is a goodie.
Pretty good shots.
Good shots. Yeah.
Some cool use of like 180. That was the one I remembered most distinctly. Whereas the camera like turned upside down.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, cool shots.
Yeah.
Now editing and visuals, I feel this one try to really make it stylized
And a lot of
unique.
practical effects as well,
Yes.
which were cool.
Green Knight.
I also same thing. It's like I said, just really well across the board. I think there was some CGI in the film, and when the CGI was there, it was a bit noticeable. But like stuff, it's fine. It's fine. Like everything else makes up for it.
Yeah.
And I think it absolutely succeeds on that front. Yeah.
Anyone else want to add anything? I don't got that.
Zephyros, come back
Think
to
we
us.
good? Yeah. Green Knight
All
be
right.
Alright.
Audio and music then.
I thought
Yes.
it was really good.
Same.
Like really, really good. They do like the. I don't know. I just seen a lot of indie horror movies music that they used in this one, and it created like a sense of like tension that was like built up from the music alone, which is really cool. So I liked it a lot.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we good.
All right. If anyone don't have anything else to add, shall we move on?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna bring up my medieval instrument. My perfectly accurate medieval flute.
With that
14th century
perfectly
English medieval
accurate
flute.
medieval song.
Yes. Welcome to the spoiler zone. Timestamp on the screen right now, and we'll talk about some spoiler stuff. Now, first off, just real quick.
Yep.
Some good use of practical effects. I really like how they used. I really like how they used the nut.
Me too.
Me too. Yeah. So that's done really well.
He
Yeah.
nuked
Hmm.
to
Now-
Ghost.
Thankfully, don't zoom in on it or like pay attention to the practical effect of the nut for long enough for us to decide. Oh, that totally looks real.
Real in that.
Yes.
All right. I will talk about what I was talking about before with the writing. So the whole thing of the movie, the whole journey that he goes. First of all, you're not really introduced properly to the characters, and I think that some of the characters go like, okay, that's King Arthur's queen. Like, you can understand that. They never explain what Gawain's connection to the king is until to kind of infer at the end when Gawain.
No, I got
becomes
it
king.
at the start.
Really?
Yes, I got it at the start.
Okay. Well, I don't remember them doing that.
Well,
but,
I did
okay.
it.
Yeah. Also, I thought Morgan Le Fay was poorly established because they were trying to do something original with it this time, which wasn't from the original story. But they didn't establish it properly either. Like I didn't really know who Morgan was, but apparently because I was so confused because I'm like Morgan's not because that's the one thing I remember is Morgan's not Gwen's mother in the books and the poems and stuff, but she was in this one, and so the entire thing was created by her, which didn't make that much sense. But I guess you can interpret it as like she's trying to train her son to be king or something. Like there wasn't a whole lot of good setup to everything that was going on. It was kind of just happened, and I don't know. Yeah, but I guess the biggest thing, my complaint with the film is the entire story. Right, it's a whole bunch of mini trials, right? Because it's all about fulfilling your duties to being a knight, and those they're like specific duties, and that's what each quest reflected. One of these. You don't mention the duties or anything in the film at all. And that is something you have to research yourself. So the quests and stuff themselves are really clever in reflecting those duties, and then you can see how Gawain fails at every single one of them. That's like the whole thing. except for the very last quest or whatever. And yeah, it's interesting that they did not explain that in a block of text, because I would have really liked to start going, the duties of a knight are these 7 things or whatever. And then I'd be, and then later, if I didn't interpret it myself, that would be mainly because I'm dumb and not because the movie's poor writing. I'm fine with feeling like I'm dumb myself, and the movie's smart. But like this time, I'm pretty sure it's not entirely just me being dumb, right? You know what I mean?
It's me being dumb.
And so everything kind of just felt like it was just random and happening in the quest because I didn't know what the symbolism and stuff really meant. Yeah, but I guess that is quite a actual really heavy factor in my viewing experience, because it's really conflicting, because those little things are really well done and reflect the stuff very, very well, and they use your brain and stuff. But I kind of done that because I didn't know any of the stuff, and this movie's just hard to review. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you have writing. You can tell from it. Sorry.
What?
Do you have more to say about the writing?
Well, I'm just well, my opinion is just like, as a movie standalone, not good writing, cause movie writing. You feel me? It's
Just
like
movie, right?
I said before, you know,
I
you
feel
don't explain shit, and you're just like throwing us into this whatever's happening. You're like, ha, that's cool. He nuked it now.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that information?
Yeah.
There's no
And yeah,
context around it.
that nut was actually symbolism for the fact that he failed one of his virtues as a knight. But like we didn't really know that because we didn't know what the virtues are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing allowed.
Also,
So,
this is more not a complaint or anything. This is just like just spoiler in general. Who was the Green Knight?
you know,
I mean, like you guys watched the movie, so like, do you guys know who the Green Knight was?
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Joel Edgerton's character, the dude, the dude
Sure.
that he visits in the house with the family. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
well, at least he is in the play. I mean, not the play, in the poem. So I assume it's more or less the same. Also, and the old lady in that house thing with the thing wrapped around her, that was meant to be something to do with Morgan Le Fay, because Morgan also does that at the start of the film when she's casting the spell. So that was symbolism there. Also, I never really understand why Alicia Vikander's character is used twice as like they're the same person. I feel like that there's something deep about that.
Because it's like
Understand?
it's his lover, but then this other who looks like his lover is also trying to seduce him.
Yeah.
Bit of a conflict. He's got an inner conflict going on
That,
about his
yeah.
stuff.
I literally just thought it was assassins. I was really confused by the entire sequence. Um, the ending was really cool though. Seeing like a possible future, and then has that like ambiguous ending thing,
Mm-hmm.
which in the poem he gets like a little scratch on his neck, I think, and that's then it's all okay and they're all happy.
Yep.
Its head cut off.
How's that post? Oh, well, not the like cliffhanger at the end. Now off with your head, and then just the Green Knight.
So that's I mean the ambiguous ending. Yeah.
So is he dead, or what do you think?
Well, if we go by the poem, like I said, he just gets like a scratch on the neck, his head cut off. But he kind of fails everything in this film. So why should he succeed at this? I don't know. I think it would make more sense if he got his head cut off, right?
Mm, mm.
I don't know.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice, yeah.
Want to talk about anything else, or shall we move on?
I'm done here.
All right. Good.
I
We
think
all
so.
good?
I think Dia's already out.
Yeah, man, I'm out of it, bro.
All right. Let's go final verdict. then. All right. As always, we start on Dio. Dio, take it away.
Not good, but had some cool bits. 5 out of 10.
Damn. I thought it was good, but had some bad bits. 7 out of 10.
I've 6. A combined average of 6 out of 10. And all right.
Yeah.
All right. So that was our review of the Green Knight. Leave a comment down below, if with your score, if you think we're stupid or some shit. Comment down below.
Yeah.
You know, go write an essay for us if you want. And in any case, we'll see you in the next review. See you later. Bye bye.
Why do I look orange? Because
You always look